Hi, folks. We are back. Hope you had a good chat with some of the people in the room. We were having a great chat here in the virtual space as well. And look who's back. It's DeveloperSteve. Is it that way or this way?
I think it's all relative to wherever you're sitting on the platform. But hello, everyone.
Welcome back, DeveloperSteve. So I think we are going to talk. I'm really excited for the next one coming up, and a big thank you to the crew from Microsoft as well. That was a great chat too. This is not correct. Let me just go back a bit, a few slides. So DeveloperSteve, did you want to introduce the amazing next speaker that we have coming up?
I do. Wait, is that tonight? No, I'm joking. Oh, yes. No, I've been really excited about this fireside chat because, well, I am a big fan of Arduino, just saying. But tonight we have Massimo Sacchi, who's the partnership manager and business development person at Arduino. And he's based in Australia, which is amazing because we have so many great Geek Out chats. And we're actually talking about one of the really exciting boards in particular that recently, just came out. But spoilers, we're going to get to, oh, there it is there. Okay. I should have I like it dangerously. I switched to my, this is fine scene. No, this is fine. But yeah, this is the Arduino Pro Board, which is really cool because this takes Arduino literally to the next level, and it has some amazingly smart stuff built into it. But we're going to talk about that. Well, you can actually see one of the things on the screen there, which is the MKR series. There's one I have on hand. Can plug directly into this board, which is just it blew my mind when they said that, because this gives it connectivity into a multitude of networks really easily and straight off the shelf, which I thought was so cool. Anyway, so we're going to do a fireside chat, which is also cool because many moons ago, I had found a Massimo on stage. When was that? That was 2018 in Telstra HQ. Massimo Banzi talking about the MKR series, which had just launched. And now literally going to the next level with Massimo Sacchi talking about Arduino Pro, which has the MKRs plugged straight into it. So yeah, it's really give it up for Massimo.
How far we've come, isn't it? Like a Moore's law in practice. Hi, Massimo.
Hello. Hi. How are you doing? Thank you very much for having me today. I'm really excited about this possibility of talking about Arduino and, discussing about the many possibilities that we have with this new family of boards you just mentioned.
The seamlessness of online presentation means that we just saw Slack. Yeah, Ali, can you please take Slack and say it?
I'll stop sharing and let you guys go for it.
Thank you. No, amazing. And we've got a whole bunch of fun stuff to get to. If anyone has any questions during this, please put them in the Q&A section or in the general chat. We'll be keeping an eye on both, and I will work them in during the talk. So I'm going to open with, and not everyone's familiar with Arduino, may not be particularly familiar with Arduino, but what is it? What at its core, what is it about? What makes it so prominent in the IoT scene?
All right. Well, the official answer about what Arduino is Arduino is an open source ecosystem composed by hardware, software, cloud, content platform. And the fact is that the founders thought about finding different ways to enabling anyone to innovate by making complex technologies simple to use, and created this ecosystem. This is the official answer. My personal answer is that Arduino is the coolest thing that you may use for tinkering, prototyping, inventing, and creating your own solution. And now also deploying professional application in the industrial and professional market.
Which is really cool because it literally does take it to that next level. Because yeah, I can go from little backyard tinkery project to running like entire production lines, which is like, oh, so cool. I do have one side question, and like I partially already know the answer to this, but is it true that Arduino is named after a bar in Italy? Not everyone knows this.
It's absolutely true. So the name Arduino comes from the name of a king who was king of Italy in the early 1000. And the fact is that the founders of Arduino are 4 teachers who were used to catch up in a pub in the north part of Italy, and it's where they thought about creating Arduino, the company, the ecosystem, and the name of the pub was exactly the name of the king, Arduino.
I still remember. No, I still love that part of the story. And yeah, just going back to what you're saying, like this was something built by 4 teachers that literally saw the need for like some sort of standardized electronics kit. And growing up, like there was always electronics kits that I wanted for like, you know, birthdays and Christmases and all sorts of things that I would always want to get, but like you never had these reusable components that you could download libraries onto, you could download standard things. It was always like a really basic, almost, I'm going to say analog circuit as far as an experiment goes. So like that changed for, as a lover of IoT, that changed the whole world of electronics for me because it made it more accessible and I could use my developer skills. So I love that. Which, you know, that's kind of changed the industry, so to speak. But tell me about the Arduino Pro, because like I don't have one yet. I really want to get one because I saw it come out. Where it got released like 3 weeks ago, I think, or 4 weeks ago. But so, yeah, tell me more about it.
Let's start from talking about Arduino Pro. Well, Arduino was already active in different markets, specifically supporting makers, supporting the prototyping of stuff, as we have already said, and also very active in the educational market with a division looking after education, creation of kits, content, whatever is needed to support the learning of electronics, software programming, and so on. And then we, let's say recently, but it's already 2 years now, we officially launched the Arduino Pro. Arduino Pro is an additional division in the organization of the Arduino company, supporting the usage of these technologies for professional application in the professional market, industrial automation, industrial Internet of Things, and so on. So that with this new division and its line of products, we have completed, let's say, the journey of our users from learning to tinkering and prototyping to realizing and deploying complete solutions, professional solution to the market. And so Arduino Pro is a division and it's also a line of products. We have recently launched the main board in this new family of product is the Arduino H7, the board that you showed on the slide earlier. That is a very cool board, in my opinion. One of the first, it's the first board in the Arduino ecosystem featuring a dual-core microcontroller. It means that, let's say, on one core, you may run standard Arduino application for interfacing to the field. sensors, actuators, and so on, with a real-time control running on the metal. And you may use the second core for creating the logic of the application, for creating graphical user interfaces and HMIs. The board also has a video output. And it's possible to run artificial intelligence and machine learning models, so that you have on a single device the possibility of implementing, again, the interface to the field and the smartness of the application, let's say.
That's cool. So so many questions. As an IoT lover myself, like, can I use my standard Arduino IDE to like interface and program this stuff, or is there a completely different way to program them and to load like code and sketches on, or completely no sketches?
The standard IDE is fully compatible with the Portenta family, with the H7 board. And in order to program the two different cores, you need to connect, deploy your sketch, compile, and then download the binary on one core, and then connect to the other and download to the other. So it's like having two different boards, let's say, connected together to the PC. But the important thing is that the two cores can talk to each other. So it's possible to exchange data between the two cores. It's really having two different devices collaborating and working together on the same application.
Nice. So question about the MKR plugs literally straight onto it, which like literally blew my mind when I saw that, because I was like, I can take like a Cat M1 device, I can take a LoRaWAN like MKR device and plug it straight in and give it whatever connectivity I need, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, you name it. So can I program that as well at the same time through the IDE as well, or is that a separate? Do I need a separate sketch running on that so it connects and does the transfer?
Okay, the MKR is a form factor. In the MKR family, we have microcontroller boards, and we have shields, which are in the Arduino naming, are expansion boards without the microcontroller, so adding additional features to the microcontroller boards. So definitely it's possible to plug in directly the shields to the H7. And in that case, you program directly the H7 to take the advantage of the new features connected on the shield. You always need to pay attention about what is really exposed. We are now working on some content and documentation tutorials in order to explain what is fully compatible, what is possible, what maybe needs some attention, because in the end, on all the pins, there are all the signals, and sometimes some signals are used also for other purposes directly on the H7. But I would say that most of the shields are compatible, so that you may use, let's say, GPS, you may use an inertial measurement unit shield, you may use most of the other shields we have, CAN bus and so on. It's also possible to plug in a board an MKR board onto the H7, but in that case you need to program them separated, each one connected to the PC, and then you may put them together, and they may exchange digital IOs, fast serial interfaces, and so on. But each microcontroller will work autonomously in that way, and any exchange of data between the microcontroller on the MKR and the and the 2 cores on the H7 needs to be implemented on a serial communication, for example.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was yeah, when you were describing it, I was literally thinking, I bet that's a serial interface, which I've done before. Like, I've built those before. That is cool, and I kind of want
in the end, it's like putting together 2 different Arduino boards and making them working together. When you plug an MKR board on a H7 board. If you use a shield, it's just an expansion board, and then you may use the libraries. But you just talk about the IDE. The standard IDE is fully compatible and with the libraries and so on. But we have also another IDE, which is still in, let's say, a beta version. It's called Ide 2 version, and it has a lot of very nice features, like auto-completion of the code, online help, debugging features, like breakpoints. You may put breakpoints on the source code, stop the execution, check the value of the variables, and so on. Finally, yes, we have it.
That was my first thought. I always put my own in there to try and like step through, because I've always got the wrong variable type when I go to load that thing in. And it's like, is it an int? Is it a like, oh, anyway, it's a whole other thing, problem. Okay, I did have a question around that as well, around library support, but it sounds like most of the standard libraries will probably work on the same boards by the sound of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And specifically, all the libraries taking advantages of the embed OS, the operating system of embed of ARM, because all the latest families of Arduino are based on these operating systems, including the MKR and including the Portenta.
Nice. No, that is cool. I totally am going to need to get one now and work out what to use it for. I think the fact that you can run AI stuff on it as well is super interesting, because that opens up a whole other world. We do have a couple questions. Tim's asking, what kind of industrial uses do you see for the Arduino Pro? Is it likely to help small farmers adopt open solutions for their tractors? That is a good question.
Definitely, we see Arduino in different environments, starting from the industrial environments to different verticals in the IoT and industrial IoT sectors, because of the, let's say, industrial graded manufacturing, due to the features of the boards and the fact that we are capable of adding additional features to existing devices, so that interfacing an Arduino to a machinery, an existing machinery, allows to add connectivity to the machine, add cloud capabilities with a fast and easy development of the application. So it's really like improving devices already existing on the market on one side, and on the other side, the aspect is definitely that one of creating IoT nodes and industrial Internet of Things application and nodes. In different verticals, when we talk about Australia and we talk about Internet of Things, I think that the main markets are agriculture, mining, and smart cities. But in the end, Arduino just provides the tools, the knowledge, the tools, the tutorials, everything which is needed to support the creation of the solution. then it's in the end in the hand of our customers, of our users, to create the solution and to choose what to do with them.
That's it. You know, having done so many hackathons over the years, I always love seeing what ideas people come up with, particularly with IoT stuff. And this one hackathon still sticks in my mind because I saw they were using an Arduino Uno, but they brought in a brand new toilet. This one team was at Wollongong. Ali actually probably remembers this, and attached like IoT stuff to it. Like that's still sticks in my mind because no one expected anyone to walk in with a toilet. But I think that's a good point, is because it's such an open industry, people are able to come up with these amazing ideas that we may not, like, no one thinks of, or very few people think of, and then someone just looks at something and goes, you know what, if we attach a thing to that, like magic happens, which like I always love because that's what tech's about. But what's the most memorable thing like you've ever seen someone use IoT stuff to do? Like what's the most memorable thing? You must have seen some amazing stuff.
Frankly speaking, I think that what really surprised me was learning that Arduino was used for the first 3D printer. I mean, 3D printing is something that it's quite normal nowadays. But if you think that it was something really expensive, complicated, and so on, and then when these kind of technologies became available, they opened really the possibilities to the production of those devices that nowadays we use normally. So in my opinion, that is a good example. But let's think about the fact that today we have probably 3-4 different boards, Arduino boards, in the space on satellites. They are used for different purposes, for testing, automatic testing of other devices in the space, or just for controlling maybe the interaction between those devices and coordinating the activities on nanosatellites, cube satellites. So this is, in my opinion, the most amazing thing, because if we think that the boards using that environment are not the industrial boards like the Portenta, are boards like the Uno or the Mega 2560. It means that even if they haven't been fully tested for harsh environment or very cold environment, I would say. Anyway, they are running perfectly without issues and so on. That is really amazing to me. Yeah.
Wow. No, that is cool. And actually, I did have a question around the back to the Pro. Is what's the operating environment for that? Like, have you sent one up to space yet?
Not yet. Not yet. Not one of the Portenta, but well, we are in a conversation with some companies, some partners. Yes. Also because we are now officially launching the Integrator Partnership Program. This is a partnership program for system integrators already using or willing to adopt Arduino technologies in their solution for their customers. And so we are in a conversation with so many different companies across the world, definitely willing to get the benefits from the ecosystem, from how easy it is to develop and to deploy solution, and in interfacing electronics to cloud platforms, adopting artificial intelligence, machine learning, new technologies. Also machine vision. We are doing a lot in this period on machine vision. With the Vision Shield in the Portenta family. So you can take a H7 board, you may get a Vision Shield. We have two different versions, one with an Ethernet socket for RJ45 plug, and another one with the LoRa connectivity. We are really also focusing some activities on LoRa as well. We think that this is definitely one of the interesting technologies together with narrowband for sure.
No, that makes it. I love the narrowband stuff, but yeah, I have got some of the LoRa stuff as well, which is really easy to set up, and like you don't even need that base. You can just get them to talk to each other, which I always love. No, so what's next after with the Pro? Is there the Portenta? Is there more models coming out? Is there a quantum one that you can tell us about?
So yes, but then I would have to kill you.
Oh, okay.
I'm Italian.
Wait, I have a scene for this. There we go.
So definitely we are expanding and investing a lot of effort in expanding the professional family of Arduino with the Portenta and a new family coming soon, specifically for IoT. I cannot spend too much words on that, but with very tiny devices, with very low power consumption, and not so many functionalities each device, but many different devices, with the idea of allowing the easy and fast creation of IoT nodes. Simple nodes with the single functionalities, maybe simple functionalities, but anyway, a new family with these features. We have recently launched the machine control. The machine control is let's say, the first complete product. It's not just an electronic board. It's a product ready to be mounted, installed in an electrical cabinet with a DIN rail mounting guide support and voltage levels already shifted to 24 volts, ready to be mounted and used. Industrial graded, push-in terminals. You just need to. You don't need to solder anymore.
Nice. Well, it's not that I don't like soldering. It's just like, oh, I can just plug this stuff in together. It's great.
So, and this is another aspect. Then we are focusing definitely on machine vision with the board I just mentioned. New boards are coming for telecommunication. You know, we are the last telecommunication board we launched was the MKR narrowband in collaboration with the Telstra here in Australia. And yes, and now that is definitely very good board, widely used across the world. But there are other technologies nowadays, cellular technologies.
Wait, there is? No, I'm joking. Well, that's the thing I like the most is a lot of this stuff so adaptable. I do have one final, just as we wrap up, I do have one final, oh, wait, before we do that, there's some forums that people can get involved in, right? There's the Arduino forums community as well, which, there's so many people registered there. I remember it was like 11, 12 million, 20 million. There was like a lot. It's huge.
Absolutely. The forums are open to everybody, and we invite people to contribute to the community and also to ask for information, support, and so on. Everything is accessible from our website. I'm going probably to share my screen so I can show how to reach it. Screen?
Yes.
So we are on the arduino.cc website. When you go on the top banner, you have this menu. First of all, you may find tons of documentation about Arduino. We have now started organizing that even better. We have now this section, Arduino Docs, where we combine all the documents related to each single board. And then here in the community, there is the forum, and there is also there are also Discord and also Project Hub. In Project Hub, you may publish your own project, or you may look for specific project with specific boards, or with keywords, you may search for projects on specific applications. And forums as well, they have been recently rearranged with a new platform which provides a better user experience. And we have so many different forums, channels divided per topic. And here you see the Portenta as well, we have, and all the other boards.
Amazing. I do have one, well, this is a request for Massimo Benzi, but when the next board comes out, can you please do a t-shirt with IO on it? Just so then it would be an IoT. I remember asking you that one, but anyway, no, thank you very much. That was amazing. Everyone should go register. Remember, like, open source world, totally amazing, but please give back, especially on the projects and on the libraries and on the things that you're using, because, well, that's why we're all here, and that's why these industries have been able to grow so much. Remember to give back, but I know you will do because you're all amazing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And yeah, thank you. And hopefully you stick around and be around after, so that, yeah, you can geek out with some folks on the table.
Yeah, thank you. That was so amazing. And what you're talking about with the, you know, the machine vision and machine learning on IoT devices, it's really expanding the reach of what sensors and our IoT networks can do. So super cool. And I've actually been involved in one of those projects. So it's really, really good to hear that this board kind of supports that. Yeah, and we will also, thank you so much, guys. Oh, I think actually, do we have one more question from Tim still, Steve? I think we do.
We did, but we're kind of out of time, so I was going to just do that one on tables. Tim, we did see it, we just didn't get to it, so we'll geek out with that one. Anyway. Okay.
Again, thank you so much, DeveloperSteve and Massimo. That was amazing. We've got Valeria here. Hi, Valeria.
So thanks. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Well, thank you so much. That was an awesome session. Can we actually buy now the board? Someone's left. I was like, can I actually buy it?
A few questions from the audience. If you want to turn your microphone and camera on again.
Do you have anyone here in the room?
Thank you so much, Massimo.
Yes, here we are.
You ask
so the boards, can we buy the boards?
Yes,
definitely. They are already available on the Arduino online store or through our local distributors. You may find the list of authorized distributors on the website.
Awesome. Thank you. Anyone in the room? Easy.
I see a question from Tim that he was asking about how the chips shortage impacted Arduino. Well, we saw some, we've been very lightly affected by this shortage. We've been able to manage, thanks to the relationship with many distributors of chips, our suppliers. And in some way, the effect has, let's say, only slightly impacted the engineering of new boards, and which forced us, let's say, to choose alternative products. That's it. But fortunately, the production went ahead without big issue. And yeah.
Probably. That's it, I think. Awesome.
Able to find a way around that kind of worldwide chip shortage there, Massimo. Agile, that's what we're all about here. So we weren't ended then. Is there any more questions from the live audience there, Valeria?
I don't think so. I think we're all good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Well, thank you again, Massimo. I loved hearing about that, and I'm definitely going to get online and check that board out for my next project.
I'm totally buying one to see.
Yeah, I know. I could just think of so many things I could do with it. So actually, we'd be keen to hear some of the projects you'd like to build on this new Arduino board, actually. So mention them in the chat, or you can get up and share them as well. Again, I'm going to try and share the right screen here because, you know, I do work in tech, I'm sure. So, again, thank you, speakers. Our next event that we do have coming up is in July. So we're actually thinking about having an IoT in AgTech event for that one. And AgTech is a massive field and one that, you know, I'm deeply passionate about as well. Like, we obviously need to completely revitalize that industry. It's about climate action and making it easy for farmers. We all need to feed ourselves, and, you know, the farmers deserve to make a living out of this as well. So AgTech is a really great change-making field. So I think we'll be holding the July one on all things IoT and AgTech. I've actually got a speaker probably, well, I won't say in case they drop out, but keep an eye out for that one. We're definitely going to be doing something on that. Yes, and now we'd like for anyone either in the virtual room or there at Microsoft offices to share some of their projects. If anyone has a project that they'd like to share, please put your hand up or nudge Michelle, and we'd love to hear from you, or, you know, something you want to talk about. We'd definitely love to hear from you then. So just let me know in the chat if you want to share something, or Michelle, if there's anyone in the room that wants to share something, let me know. I'll just give it, oops, sorry, back to, that's the wrong one again. So just kidding.
You have to come up. I think Ali's still sharing. Oh, there you go.
Oh, thanks. G'day, I'm Chris. I'm the host of...
Oh, familiar face, Chris. And I saw you created a heatable jacket the other day. Is that what we were going to talk about?
It wasn't, but I could. Yeah, it was. We had that cold, rainy day, and
that one cold, rainy day in
the one cold, rainy day, and I remembered. Oh, I've got some heating pads here somewhere. It was very pleasant.
Love it. So yeah. What's your project?
You can talk about
that you.
We're actually holding a call for projects at the moment. We had our monthly, what we call Sunday Mad Science last Sunday, and we got to talking about, you know, those have been free-form events for the last year or so, of sort of bring a project and work on it. But we're looking to do some more group projects where we come up with an idea, order all the parts, and then do a build day.
That's awesome. So for those.
Actively soliciting ideas. If there's things people want to build, let us know.
Amazing. So for those that may not know Chris is the Briz IoT founder and host. So we've joined up with Chris before, and we've actually got a talk of his on our YouTube channel as well, a past recording from one of the meetups. So if you want to check that out, or the Briz IoT meetup group, go and do that. And yeah, that sounds like a really fun day. It's like a makerspace day, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
if anyone has any ideas, how can they get in touch with you, Chris?
Come on to the Brisbane IoT group on Meetup and post your suggestions, and we'll set up another build day sometime soon.
Love it. And we're all friends here. We all love IoT, so no competition, right?
We got the home ground advantage here.
You do at the moment.
Yeah, and now massive thanks to Michelle and Ali and Steve for kicking Brisbane out of its 15-month hibernation of no face-to-face meetups.
We love it.
Keen to keep this streak going.
It's all about community, isn't it? That's what the open source movement is all about, and that's what we're all about. So, you know, anyone that loves IoT, we're happy to have them here. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And thanks, Chris, for getting everyone in the room here today. So hands up if you came here because you knew Chris. Yeah, that's like more than half the people. Yeah.
Yeah, legend. You can follow him on Twitter too. Just look up Chris Briggs. Yeah, we'll post a link later.
And maybe my last thank you would be to Val and the Microsoft team here for hosting us and giving us some chips. Yeah, thanks. And Ali and Steve, as always.
Yeah, I think we pulled off another hybrid event, Michelle. So congratulations to everybody.
Unless I'm still dreaming. I fell asleep on the train on the way here, so I might still be stuck in Helensvale. I don't know.
So Michelle's from Adelaide. For those who maybe don't know, she's based in Adelaide and has gone up to Brisbane to host this in person in Brisbane. So lots of fun for her. Again, I've got a bit of sleep on the train, which is good. And thank you again to DeveloperSteve, to again, all our speakers. You guys are rock. Again, we do have a lot of our sessions, and this will be recorded and put on our YouTube channel. So just look up AusIOT on YouTube and you'll be able to find us there. And otherwise, we'll go to some networking, I think, unless DeveloperSteve, do you have anything to add? Or
no, I just wanted to say thank you, Microsoft. Thank you. It was good to see Chris again. We're going to get back up there one day. And yeah, anyway, soon. But no, it was good to see everyone, and always love a good IoT Geek Out session. So yeah, thank you all.
100%. What amazing speakers. So thank you again. And we'll talk to you all soon. All right, kicking it off to networking, guys. See you soon.